What up, everyone? Justin Carey, just walking through the woods. Wanted to share some of my thoughts, opinions, to flush these out of my mind and work them out as I go, because we're all going through life together, and getting other people's perspectives and opinions can expand your mind, but as I'm going to dive in, can also hinder you, because we are in the age of misinformation, malinformation. Look that term up. That's a scary one that our government has used in the past. And demonizing, aka othering people. Polarization of information of our society has led to some really bad things. And if you're in one camp or the other, I'm sure you can rattle off on why the other side is bad and just cite examples. And likewise, if you had an argument, the opposite side of you would do the exact same thing. Well, as the title probably suggests, because I haven't written it yet, the Tylenol thing that just came out with autism. Now, I watched the press briefing with Trump recently, and RFK, and obviously RFK has been demonized the second he came on the scene and was questioning and wrote a book on Fauci and his alternative motives and being connected to money. And I've read every anti-article about him, video about him, but what people normally don't do, that do think he's bad, don't listen to long format podcasts and what he actually has to say, because there are alternative motives to everything, and that's part of the polarization, power and control, money, corruption. What are people's motives? And you can tell God has given me, I know this is going to turn on people, oh God, a heart of discernment. That's why I was in law enforcement. My BS meter was very tuned. And when I listen to him, he's not a saint, because they'll smear him for everything he's said and done over the past umpteen years. But I went, there's something to this guy. And I don't feel the alternative motives of money, profit, being bought by some type of system. Anyway, they come out recently, within the last couple days, and said during that briefing, Tylenol is one of the use during pregnancy is one of the contributing factors, could be a huge factor in the rates of autism. And, he's mentioned, like, back in the 50s, autism was like 1 in 10,000, and now it's like 1 in 20. What is that? And I've listened over the years many talking points of people. They're going, what is it? It's something. It can't be nothing. Is it the vaccines? Is it the dyes in our food? Is it the pesticides that they use to mass produce our foods? Is it our lifestyle? Like, something in our culture is contributing to this. And I totally believe, this is the problem with people that are anti-Trump. Anything Trump says, people are going to take the opposite side, even when he's right. And here's the other part of it, because I'm talking even with my conservative loved ones regarding this Tylenol thing, and they're seeing all the memes and whatnot, making fun of this. Or I've seen the meme of, like, autism was, discovered in 1912, but Tylenol was in 1950. And then I'm thinking, well, yeah, the rates have gone up. So that doesn't mean anything. It didn't mean Tylenol created autism. And even in the briefing, Trump saying listen, this is not the only thing. There's probably more. We need to study it more. And RFK said to himself, or said to us, he's like, the government, the body that investigates these things, have only been looking at genetic precursors, and they don't look at the total scope. And there's political bias done in these studies. And he's like, that's like the that's like trying to figure out what the genetic components and precursors in each of us that cause lung cancer without taking into effect the smoking factor. And I believe him when he says that. I really do. Something feels wrong. I'm seeing other people that I trust and know, plant doubts. And that's the problem with misinformation right now, is it's a war of truth. Who's right, who's wrong? The conspiracy rabbit trails always have a thread of truth, or like, that might make sense. And that makes you doubt your government, the police, the doctors, the social fabric, and if you put it into us versus them, the people that have the opposite opinion are the bad guys. And I watched this within my own family during 2020 when the world went a little bonkers. And if you didn't subscribe to one ideology that, or take the what, you were demonized. And you were said, you don't care about people. You're not compassionate. You're killing people. You're killing people. And it was the same someone said, it's like you're trying to hide a zombie bite. I'm like, oh my gosh. But fear, echo chambers, only getting one well of information, confirmation biases, because you surround yourself with other people that also have that same opinion, and they share memes and studies and demonize the one side you hate. So you're like, yep, I'm right, you're wrong. It's a dangerous thing, man. It's a dangerous thing. What can it hurt? What can Tylenol? Obviously, they talked about it a lot during that press briefing. He's going, we don't have another way to treat pregnant women who are having a fever. Right now, acetaminophen is the only. Trump stumbled over that, which he got made fun of. All my left friends sharing memes like, how are you going to take advice from someone that can't pronounce acetaminophen? And just know, I keep going on side tangents, many of these memes are not created by some smart person in a basement, kid, teenager going, oh, I want this to go viral. A lot of these are created overseas. And not just this, I'm not saying all of them, but many of them. And it's documented, it's shown, it's through police brutality, the COVID thing, all these things. The divisive for and against memes are created Russia, China, and then fed through all these things, and then they go viral. Why do you think that is? It's to keep us at each other's throat. And make us, and here's the other thing. I'm not right on everything. I'm not cemented. That's why my base and my opinions come from something else, and that's my relationship to God. Oh, I said the G word. I know. All this other theater of politics, I can be wrong. And I'm sure I am, because manipulation, and I love watching documentaries on North Korea and Russia, because they have total control, in China, of their state media. And you are not allowed to research things. Your internet is suppressed, more so in some of those countries than others. And if you have a dissenting opinion other than what the state sponsor is, you're done. Everything's done. That's the ultimate method of control. And it's not like they cut you off. You become the other. You become the bad person. And not just you, because if you want to stand up and do what's right, and I'm going to become a martyr, your kids, your family, they're all punished for your decision as well. And they have a snitching culture. So and I love going on these tangents, these rabbit trails. That's what control of free speech is. That's why it's so important. And granted, we have a flood of free speech, which can also be dangerous, as I'm explaining right now, with misinformation and confusing people and algorithms. You're only seeing certain things and hatred. But the other side of that, if we restrict that, which I'm seeing both the Democrats and the Republicans wanting to do, why do they want to do that? Control. They don't want this chaos. Well, there's a certain amount of chaos you want, but control equals power and money. We're seeing, jump in, look at some of that stuff that's going on in the UK. People being arrested for social media posts. Arrested. And it's not, you can disagree with it. And I just watched a press briefing today of Canada, and this bumbling idiot can't form a sentence right, similar to me. And he's talking about the new hate laws that are being put into place. And it seems like a good idea. I know it does, especially if your opposing camp is the demonized person, or the person that's getting in trouble. You're like, yeah, serves them right, yeah. But eventually, it goes to all of us. You can't, it's a slippery slope. Maybe not 6 months, maybe not a year, maybe not. It's going to happen. That's the ultimate method of control, is censorship. And history plays out over and over the same things. And you can see what's going to happen. And these messages of me tangents on to 12 minutes, and maybe a few of you will still be watching, but just keep your eyes open, an open mind. Don't look to people as your moral authority, because people are fallible. If you really got to know me and we became best friends, I'm gonna let you down, because I'm a human being that has problems, and I'm not right all the time. And that's not just me, that's every person that's ever walked on planet Earth except one. And that's what I'm saying. I'm not better than you. You're not better than me. We all have the baseline of sin, and our sin keeps us connected. We're all the same. But we love to point out other people's sin and say, you're worse than me, so you're undeserving. Just a lot of things come to mind. Even my son, my 10-year-old son, fell victim to this. He's watching little reels and whatnot, and I was talking about Charlie Kirk, and he's like, there's a guy that was standing near him with a, I don't know, a white hat, a red hat, something like that, and he signaled, he touched the brim of his hat, right, to signal the shooter to take out Charlie. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I even heard about that conspiracy theory early on, like within 24 hours, people sharing that thing, like, look at this guy, he looks like he's signaling. Watch that interview with that guy. That was one of Charlie's mentors, an apologetic, it always sounds like apology, but someone that's well versed in Bible theology. And he was in the car with Charlie, CPR, everything like that, on the way to the hospital. That is a godly, powerful, awesome man. But people as young as 10 years old believe that. And my social media friends say that's right. And these aren't, and I get hate sometimes in the comments, like, oh, you're just looking at the worst of Twitter and using extremes of the worst. These are people I physically know sharing these things. because I don't want to just be in the echo chamber, because conservatism is not the path to righteousness, nor is being a liberal. Those are not identities. Yes, I believe one side aligns closer to the truth, but I'm also realistic that it panders for votes, which equal money, but both sides are flawed. And I agree with many principles on one side and the other, and I disagree with other on both sides. But that's a rare trait. It's a rare trait I'm seeing. It's all or nothing with people around me. And if you're not on team red or team blue, you're the bad guy. We're all the bad guy. We all got sin, and we all can change. All of us can be redeemed. All of us have a purpose in life. Some are squandering it, wasting it away, and shackled by sin, with pacifying all of us on meds and other substances, or tainting our hearts and minds through pornography and sinful lust. These are things people battle daily. Christians are not immune from it. As Paul says, he struggles with the flesh daily. He has to sacrifice and recommit and focus on the Lord. Because if you go stagnant, you'll go backwards into the ways of the world, which are easy. That's why I like doing these videos. You get a glimpse into my mind, because these are conversations I have with myself daily. I don't take notes. Oftentimes when I'm done with these videos, I'm like, oh my gosh, I should have said this. I shouldn't have said this. And I don't care if nobody watches this. It's still helpful. But God's given me a nice social media platform where I get to share this. And 20 people might watch it, 100 people, or upwards to 1,000. Now, if I talk about toys, I'm going to get way more. That's the fun vacation from real life. This is the hard stuff, where we rather be ostriches and not think about this. And my wife even goes, oh, just like she only has enough. She's working on her doctorate, and we got kids, and she got business she's juggling. Like, talking about the woes of life, or that's not her passion. That's my passion. But it can go overboard. You can run it into a danger zone. So, all right, thanks for watching. I'm sure I'll forget to say a bunch of other things. There's other rabbit trails I want to go on right now with trains of thought, but I'll save them for separate videos. So thanks for watching. Again, even if they found the cure for cancer and Trump goes, this is how to stop cancer. Think of this hypothetically. This is how to stop it. There would be 1 million memes and 1 million Democrats saying, that's wrong. That's wrong. And then as rates and statistics dropped, it's because, not because of Trump, it's because something Biden put in place. And we'd be confused. And the truth is confusing, but look at both wells of knowledge. Look at the points and counterpoints of it. If you're just a CNN person, go to Fox. If you're just a Fox, go to CNN. Look at both sides of the issue, or do All Sides or Grounded News. Those two websites share both headlines and talking points of every issue that comes out daily. And you go, wow, look how they skewed that information. Look how they didn't talk about this big story. And you start realizing, while zooming out, going, huh, this is biased as all get out. And if you don't know it's biased and you think your side is always right, you're freaking brainwashed, man. You're brainwashed. But one side's not wrong all the time. That's why there is a truth. And the more videos with Charlie's passing I watch of him, That man was an inspiration. He used politics to be a vessel to share the good news of the gospel. That was his ultimate way. He wasn't out there at colleges, campuses, just stating Bible verses, because that would have get no traction. He was using biblical foundations as arguments. And then if you go, wow, why is this guy different? And then you went into rabbit trails to learn more about him, then you would see all these other videos that have him just talking about God, the gospel, salvation. He's a good man. Flawed, because I'm sure you can pick out 3 things he did wrong, which are splattered all over social media. And he's even said himself, like, confronted with past statements in real time when he was alive. You said this. He goes, yeah, I was an idiot. I was wrong on that. How many people can admit that kind of thing? That takes a real... Politicians, they're never wrong. Narcissists, never wrong. Always a reason, always an explanation, always blame. All right, stay thirsty for the truth. And there's only one truth. And you know where I'm going with that. All right, see you later. Bye. Love y'all. Forgive those who do not deserve to be forgiven. That's the true nature.